Hi guys, what's up? Today we're going to talk to you about what we saw on day 2 at Salone, what we liked, what we found repetitive, some of the positive things that we saw, some of the interesting, modularity that we saw in designs from the different brands and whatnot. My name's Krish and this is Ruchir. So we're going to start off with Ruchir and he's going to tell you a lot about day 2 for whoever couldn't make the show and is tuning into our page.
It's really exciting to be here after almost 2 years of a break, and this year, of course, the Salone has had a far greater turnout, or that's what we heard, and better than before, even the previous years prior to COVID. While all the other established brands are here, they have introduced their new lines, the product quality is, of course, consistently good. But what was really exciting and different for me is that there are smaller brands which have been started by designers who used to work for the established brands, and they have now come out with their own product lines, and they were in fact better than the bigger brands. And there's a lot of value for money in that. New design ideas, probably stuff which they couldn't explore when they were working for the other design brands. And this time when we saw that every detail has been thought through, it was so exciting. One very nice piece which was a surprise was a center table which had a built-in fireplace, and that as an indoor or even an indoor-outdoor experience would be really nice. It's brilliant. And we, in fact, when I looked at it, I thought of the context, in the context of a project that we already have live in Mumbai. So that was something which was very nice, very exciting. We've seen everything right from furniture to doors to sliding partitions and screens to rugs and accessories. And the entire range, it's so well put together in most of the brands that their design language kind of carries through from seating arrangements and seating systems to sideboards to the headboard panels for beds and right down to tables and table supports. And that was something which was really good. And the best part is they have layering of materials, which is, and you could customize that. So the kind of options for finishes, it is a wide range because you have so many permutations and combinations that are possible. It's really good, really exciting in that sense, because you can have metal matched and blended with marble, with leather, with wood, with glass, and each of these have been finished so really well. It's amazing, and that's what something which was really brilliant this time. We are very excited for tomorrow because we are also going to look at other aspects of kitchens and dedicated brands which do only kitchens and sanitary ware. But there's another thing which I would really like to mention was the use of marble. Marble as the paneling system for shutters, even though it's such a heavy material, the beauty in which they have detailed it, made it lighter, made it thinner, whereas you can still see the thickness of the edge of all the shutters, and it's got soft close mechanisms and stuff. It was all awesome, and this was in that brand. Visionaire came up with its own kitchen line, which was awesome. But we are now going to look at dedicated kitchen brands tomorrow so that we can see a difference between the two. But I can see that there is a shift from the focus of main brands, which were earlier only concentrating on furniture. They are now moving into other areas of wardrobes, kitchens and stuff like that. And they are bringing that for a complete home experience. That's something which is a great story. It's like integrating everything into a task.
So, you're taking on from where Richard left off. So, all the big brands like Visionaire, Minotti, Polyform, all these guys. If you looked at them about 5 years ago, the focus was a lot on loose furniture and a few furniture systems. And when I say furniture systems, I mean things that are very versatile. And when I say versatile, I mean your module sizes vary, so we have a lot of flexibility as designers to kind of come up with the compositions we want to make it as original as possible. But again, what Richard said is, very true, that all these big brands, they're basically focusing on complete house systems. And when I say complete house systems, I mean you can literally go to like a Visionaire or a Polyform or a Minotti, and you can get paneling systems, wardrobe systems, dining sets. Like your entire house can be done by one company. We don't necessarily need to mix and match, even though we do like to mix and match. So I thought that was a very interesting aspect, which we saw at Salone this time, especially with the bigger brands. And again, with some of the smaller brands, the same product designers that are working for the bigger brands have actually launched their own, smaller firms. And the product finish and the detailing, the edging, the termination, the quality is absolutely impeccable, and it's literally at a fraction of the price. Sure, the design IP can't be copied, but you see similarities, and I thought that was super interesting today. Further, what I noticed this year is there's a lot of emphasis on new materials, especially the pastel colors and Narbuk leathers, funky marbles and accent marbles. I thought that the trend, I would say, is out like a fad, but I would say it's really going towards nature-esque stuff. We saw a lot of the brands do a lot of nature-based stuff, the greens, the blues, the whites, literally to make it look like a rainforest. So I thought that was very, very interesting. Other than that, I think my personal highlight for today, I'm not sure about everybody else, but it was definitely Minotti. The simple reason is Minotti came up with a new seating system, and Minotti is a personal favorite, which is actually fully modular and so versatile that the combinations and permutations are literally limitless. So all this while, when people talk about modular sofas, it's actually semi-modular because you can't really flip around the whole thing. So your combinations are limited. But with this new system, we're very excited to use it. It's going to be in a few of our coming projects and the ones in the future. So I think that was my highlight of the day. And I think Salone has been a great experience. We've come back after 2 years. All the companies have gone all out by doing their stalls with paneling systems and the whole range. And the flow from one part of the showroom, the booths to the other, there's like a very continuous flow, which makes it super interesting because the design language is continued, but yet there's a lot of variation, which keeps the interest. So we did see a lot of new things that we liked, and we're looking forward to tomorrow, where we're going to be focusing on kitchen systems and sanitary ware, because that's also part of our projects. Not the usual conventional guys that we go to, Jesse, Hansgrohe, Axo, and Estomeda, but some of the boutique brands. So we're looking forward to tomorrow, and see you guys, and thank you for tuning in.
Bye. Ciao.
Bye.